Welcome to the BBB's 2015 Torch Awards workshop. Thank you for joining us today. I'd like to point out on the left side we have Vows from the Heart Ministries. They were a winner last year in the 1 to 4 employee category. They were a very small company and they were a new company and they won their first year. On the right we have Meridian Auto Parts. They were in a bit bigger company and they were a finalist last year. What are the BBB Torch Awards? The BBB Torch Awards for Marketplace Ethics is an annual awards program to gain public recognition for businesses and organizations that maintain a solid commitment to ethical business practices, as well as the willingness and efforts made by outstanding businesses to ensure that our marketplace remains fair and honorable. The Torch Awards are open to all businesses and organizations that service San Diego and/or Imperial counties. BBB accreditation is not a requirement, however, all nominees must be in good standing with the BBB, which is a B rating or higher. There are a few steps to take in order to get started on your entry. First, please complete and sign a 2015 Torch Awards entry form. You must also submit your entry in a digital format, either a PowerPoint or a PDF file, highlighting your commitment to high ethical standards of behavior. Include a company summary, which judges will make comments on and take into consideration on your company's scoring. There is a maximum page count of 210 pages per entry. There are 4 judging criteria, which are as follows: management practices, community, investor, stakeholder relations, communications and marketing practices, industry reputation. There is also a $25 entry fee, which helps fund the Torch Awards Scholarship Program, which runs each fall. Entries are judged by a panel of independent judges. There are 8 categories based on the number of employees. When you are determining the number of employees for your company, 2 part-time employees will equal 1 full-time employee, and any 1099 contractors that you have hired do not apply to your employee count. Each category has up to 5 judges, which change each year. The 4 judging criteria carry a maximum point value of 40 points. 1 winner and up to 2 finalists will be awarded in each category. Winners and finalists are announced at the awards luncheon on December 8th. Please note that there is an 80% threshold to be considered a winner or a finalist, and that there may not be a winner or a finalist in a category. The 80% threshold equals 32 points out of the 40 points when being scored. All entries must be submitted in a digital format, either a PowerPoint or PDF, and submitted on a CD, DVD, or a flash drive. Entries are limited to a maximum of 210 total pages. 2 pages for your summary will be allowed, with up to 8 pages of supporting documentation, and 200 total pages for the 4 criteria, which can be broken up however you would like. Please provide 1 copy of your entry labeled for easy identification. All judging criteria should be clearly defined by title pages. No commercials, videos, links, or music will be reviewed by the judges. If you would like to incorporate these elements, take screenshots of these commercials, videos, or links and use them with captions. All entries should be attractive and well organized. The International Torch Awards are a benefit to the winners. In the event that you do win one of the 2015 Torch Awards, we will contact you to obtain 4 copies of your entry that we will submit on your behalf to the International Torch Awards. There is also a $100 fee which is required, which the BBB will pay on your behalf. A company should demonstrate its superior commitment to exceptional standards that benefit its customers, employees, suppliers, shareholders, and surrounding communities. The company must provide supporting documentation in 4 areas for consideration. While examples from all 4 areas must be provided, the bullet points shown are only suggestions and not all bullet points are required to be addressed in order for a company to compete. We suggest you do address each bullet point as we found that it gives a more substantial entry. Criteria are designed to provide flexibility to nominees in best describing and supporting their company's activities. Criteria also allow for flexibility in evaluation leaving room for subjective consideration rather than a judging process purely driven by statistical analysis. Each entry is judged against the criteria, not other entrants. Okay, so getting started, we'll move on to the company summary. Your entry must include a summary that explains why your company merits consideration for this award, highlight specific business and management practices that are relevant to the award, illustrate your company's commitment to standards that build trust in the marketplace, explain your company's position on integrity and standards of conduct in relationships with all stakeholders, including a formally adopted policy or a mission statement. Please note there is a 2-page maximum for your summary with up to 8 pages of supporting documentation within this section. Within the summary, you can include copies of any licenses your business may have, and for charities and nonprofits, you can include your organization's latest 990 form. If you would like to include a 990 form, because it is so long, take snapshots of important information and include those. Okay, criteria number 1, management practices. Please note for any owners of companies without any employees, you must explain how a personal commitment to exceptional standards is applied in your business practices. Documentation to include in this section are a vision, mission, or core value statement describing your commitment to exceptional standards. Any pertinent sections from your employee handbook, company manual, or training program, including employee benefit packages, a drug, alcohol-free work environment, or harassment policies. Include your existence of an ethics officer, an ombudsman, or a compliance officer, and discuss the scope and authority of this position. If you don't have an ethics officer, describe who is responsible for this position. Also, be sure to use actual excerpts from your employee handbook, but make sure to use relevant information only. In this section, include management practices that foster positive employee relations and retention. For instance, a tuition reimbursement program, or ongoing training and promotion from within, any flex time opportunities, or group outings, company picnics, or holiday parties. In this section, include employee benefits and/or practices contributing to the quality of family life, which may include in-office daycare, insurance coverage for your spouse or dependents, recognition of employees' birthdays or company anniversaries, or events like Bring Your Kids or Pets to Work Day. If possible, include letters from happy employees, tell the story using pictures, and always use captions. In this section, you'll want to include formal or informal policies to address safety issues, actions taken to assess and mitigate risk and prevent workplace injury, formal training and/or procedures used for employee concerns, like an open door policy or a written policy for handling concerns. Include examples of practices focused on security and privacy issues, which may be confidentiality agreements signed by your employees, or security codes for your office with visitor check-in at the door. Include examples of sound environmental practices, like recycling paper or used materials or hazardous materials and liquids, donating reusable items to nonprofits or those in need. Include examples of your commitment to standards that build trust in the marketplace, which may be your customer service program, any vendor or supplier relationships, referral programs, or even your BBB accreditation, including your commitment to BBB standards for trust. You can include anything in this section, for example, turning off lights, recycling, saving water, using dishes and not plastic, etc. Moving on to criteria 2, community, investor, and stakeholder relations. Within this section, you'll want to include examples of your company's vision, mission, and/or core value statement in action, describing how your beliefs have been leveraged for the benefit of consumers, employees, suppliers, shareholders, and your community. Explain how your company has prospered because of your dedication to ethics and integrity. Has your business increased based on referrals? Has your BBB accreditation helped you gain any customers? Company policies and practices for accountability to your community, investors, and stakeholders, which may be board of directors meetings, audits, or any quality assurance policies and procedures. Suggested documentation to include in this section would be corporate governance practices that address accountability and responsibility to your shareholders. You can also include customer service policies and procedures that ensure customer satisfaction and demonstrate accountability, which may be customer satisfaction surveys, any warranties, customer referral programs, secret shopper programs, or 24/7 hotline online info center. Complimentary letters or feedback from your customers, vendors, suppliers, and/or community leaders. We suggest including 6 to 8 letters from your customers and 4 to 6 letters from vendors or suppliers. You can ask people to write letters for you, and please have them be addressed to your company. Also check your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you would like to include elements from your social media pages, be sure that we can clearly see that it is in fact your company's page. Include actions taken that demonstrate service beyond the call of duty. For example, did you provide extra work for a customer or above the contracted work? Include case study examples of when your company made tough decisions that had negative short-term consequences but created long-term value and benefits. Examples of errors and how you corrected them. Provide at least 1 or more examples. The judges really do want to see how you corrected your errors. Omitting this information for fear of looking bad is not a good idea. Everybody makes mistakes, and the judges know this. They want to see the steps you took to correct those mistakes. Within this section, include examples and results produced by any pro bono work, such as free workshops or counseling. Include examples of working closely with your community and making a positive social impact, like community service projects, recognition for charitable and/or community service projects, or participation in an MS Walk or Light the Night or similar. You can also include your employees' efforts and showcase those within your entry. Moving on to criteria 3, communications and marketing practices. Within this section, include descriptions of your methods used to ensure all sales, promotional materials, and advertisements are truthful and accurate. How do you quantify your advertising? Routing processes for promotional materials and marketing pieces, BBB advertising review program. You can send us your advertisements before they are published to the public. Include examples of marketing and advertising materials, which may be your yellow pages, newspaper, or magazine ads, your company's website or social media, coupons and brochures, a copy of a radio or TV spot, and any banners on service trucks, company uniforms, or logo shirts. Include sales training policies and/or codes of ethics used by sales personnel to ensure all transactions are made in a transparent and honest manner, which may be monitoring practices used by management, sales training for new hires, disciplinary action taken for employees violating sales standards. Do your customers clearly understand what they are purchasing, or do your donors clearly understand where their donated money goes? Include examples of internal communication practices benefiting employees and contributing to overall company effectiveness and efficiency, which may be sales training for new hires and ongoing training, or an online intranet site with updates and alerts. Within this section, you'll want to include crisis communication efforts and marketing actions used to educate audiences, prevent negative outcomes, and restore trust and confidence in your company and your products and services, which may be special marketing pieces educating on new policies, expired policies, etc., any recall notices, or examples of advertising that was modified after your company found that an ad was unintentionally misleading. Moving on to criteria 4, industry reputation. Within this section, you can include media coverage reflecting your company's industry and community reputation as a trustworthy business, which may be examples of articles within your trade, articles in industry publications, or a copy of or a write-up of any news media coverage. You can also include copies of awards, recognition, and/or complimentary letters from others within your industry or trade group. If you would like to include copies of your awards, take photos of them and be sure to use captions. The benefits of winning a Torch Award. Winners and finalists receive a special Torch Awards winner or finalist logo to be used on any and all marketing pieces. Winners and finalists are included in a promotional piece given to all luncheon attendees, special ads in the Union Tribune and San Diego Business Journal, which is emailed to 7,500 accredited businesses and 3,300 area consumers. Winner's logo will appear on San Diego BBB's bbb.org homepage for 1 full year, which rotates. Winners have the opportunity to appear on Channel 6's San Diego Living Live TV show. Winners and finalists are announced in a special ad in the BBB's Yellow Pages, which is hand-delivered to over 300,000 homes. Scores and judges' comments are given to all entrants after the awards luncheon. Promoting your award. You can use your special Torch Awards winner or finalist logo on any and all marketing pieces, including business cards, yellow page ads, etc. Advertise it on your company's website and social media sites. Use it as a part of your on-hold telephone message, or send a press release to local publications. Important things to remember. All entries are due no later than 5 p.m. on Thursday, August 27th. Be clear, concise, and consistent within your entry. Remember to think like an outsider. Give your entry to someone else who does not work for your organization and see if they have a clear understanding of your company. Label and explain everything. Have fun. This should be a great time to look back at all the things your organization has accomplished. And remember, the awards luncheon will be held on Tuesday, December 8th. If you have any questions or need help preparing your entry, feel free to contact Valerie Fickler or Shelley Bradley via email or by calling your local BBB.